Good morning. So today we have our friends and their parents visiting us for lunch, and here's what I've thought of making. For starters, we have Gobi Manchurian, so I'm going to make it from scratch. And for mains, we're just going to make a simple vegetable biryani in Instapot and curd rice. And for dessert, we have already made chocolate covered dates stuffed with walnuts and almonds. It's already sitting in the fridge. You'll see in this video, we made it last night. And I want you guys to come along and cook with me. Now I'm going to make chocolate covered dates. I'll show you everything that I've got and how I'm making it. So I've got medjool dates. We bought it from Coles, and I've got dark chocolate. I've got 85% dark chocolate. I was looking for 90%, but this is what I could find in Aldi, so I've got that one. And then I've also got some nuts in here. So I've got some whole walnuts and some almonds. So the idea is just open the dates and it's pitted. So I'll have to take the pit out and I'll stuff it with one nut each. In the meantime, I'll also melt chocolate in microwave and then just dip the filled date and put it in the fridge. So the first step is to melt the chocolate. So we've just put chocolate in microwave. So in our microwave, we have an option called soften or melt. And for about 100 grams of dark chocolate, it is 5 minutes and 40 seconds timer. This is about 125 grams of dark chocolate. I've still pressed whatever setting was for 100 grams of dark chocolate. I'll just adjust how we go. While our chocolate is melting, I want to remove the pits from these dates and stuff them with some nuts. So I have stuffed 7 dates with almonds and 7 with, I'm going to stuff another one. So there's 6 with walnuts. So we'll make 7 each. I don't know if we'll have enough chocolate for these, but we'll see. Okay, I can see some chocolate solids still because this was 125 grams. So I'm going to keep for another minute. Okay, it started cooking almost. So let's take it. So our chocolate has melted. I have got a tray with some lining paper. So the idea is we'll pick up a date, drop it in chocolate, coat using fork because we don't want the chocolate to stay. It will just fall off from the gaps in fork. That's why I'm using fork and not a spoon. And then place it in a tray, and the tray goes into fridge. Let's do our first one. So there's still some chocolate left. So what we thought is we'll coat some almonds and walnuts and put it in a different plate and also refrigerate it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put, I have more almonds and walnuts there. I'm just going to dip everything. But these won't be sweet at all. With the dates, dates are really sweet, so dark chocolate would work. This is going to be a little bitter. So this is with the almonds and walnuts. Also for dates I'm going to just add little bit of salt on them. Or some of them, not everything. You can also top it with like white sesame seeds or coconut or lemon zest, orange zest, any of those things as well. For now, I'll just leave it. I've just added salt in like 7 of these. I was thinking coconut, but I don't know the guest that we're going to have will like coconut or not, will like salt or not. So we'll just leave it at that. We are going to start off with chopping all the vegetables. Give us some time, we'll be back. So we have done most prep work for the vegetable biryani. I'll be getting started on it in Instapot over there. In the meantime, I want Karthik to make florets out of cauliflower. So he just has to tidy up cauliflower and make it into florets. And we are also going to keep rice for curd rice in this stove. So Karthik will look after all of that. For vegetable biryani, I have everything here. I've got mint, onion, green chili, some tomatoes, and garam masalas, basmati rice, ghee, oil, and vegetables, and ginger garlic paste. Adding some ginger garlic paste, mint, and tomatoes. I'm also going to add vegetables. So we have carrot, green peas, green beans, and potatoes. This is my mom's garam masala. This is slightly spicy. That's why we added only 4 slit green chilies. And now I'm adding biryani masala. This is Sean biryani masala. Those are the only 2 items I'll be adding. Let's give it a good mix. This Sean biryani masala smells so good. The moment I add it, it turns very fragrant after that. I've only really tried Sean and I liked it. I think from once or twice I tried a couple of other things and I didn't like it that much. If you guys try like a different masala, do let me know if it's good. Anyway, so we'll also add rice and give it a good mix. Let's mix it. Now I'm going to fry cauliflower, but before that we have to make a batter. I'll show you how I make the batter. So we've got corn flour, we've got maida, I've got some chili powder, garam masala. These things are optional. Thoroughly washed cauliflower florets. Because we have a lot of cauliflower, I'll need to make a lot of batter. So I'm adding that much corn flour, an equal amount of white flour or maida. Let's mix. We'll add some salt, garam masala, and chili powder. Now we'll add some water, make it into a thick batter first, then we'll slowly add water. So I'm stirring while adding water only because we don't want it to form lumps. You can always use hands. After some time I'll also use hands. So make sure there is no lumps and it is somewhat of a thick batter. I'll add some more water because it's too thick. At this stage, I'm going to add cauliflowers and start coating them. You'll see how much fits with this batter. If we have to make another batch because we just have too much cauliflower, we'll do it. Use hands to coat it nicely. If you don't like to use hands, then use a very good spoon, but make sure it coats nicely. So if you see here, it's not coated yet, so I have to mix it properly to coat. And if it feels a little runny, we can add some cornstarch. So at this stage we'll add 2:1. So 2 times cornstarch and 1 times maida to make it even thicker. That way our cauliflower is like nicely coated when you're frying it. Karthik has been frying that for such a long time, so I thought I'll at least mix curd rice and keep, and then I can make seasoning later. I'm not blaming Karthik, it's more like there's so much cauliflower. So I added about 3 big tablespoons of yogurt. I'm also going to add some milk. We kept for puja, that's why it's in that silver glass. So the only thing that's left is just tadka or seasoning for this. I'll be adding some cashews as well as mangoes. So
and
these
some
are
ginger.
And some ginger, yes, and hing and all that. So these are frozen mangoes, so I've just put in hot water. Okay, so our cauliflowers are ready. On the side, I was also adding yogurt to the rice for curd rice. I'm just going to make seasoning for it, and then we'll get started on Gobi Manchurian. After all of this, the only thing left is Raita, and for that Karthik has to chop onions and tomatoes. So anyway, while I'm making Manchurian, Karthik can do that. So if you're adding mangoes, you don't have to add in the seasoning. You can just add to the mixed curd rice on its own. So for the seasoning, I have mustard, chana dal, cashews, some chopped green chilies, ginger, and I'll add hing. So we're going to get started on Manchurian. So I'm just adding oil to the pan. So I'm adding onions, slit green chili, some ginger and minced garlic. I'm adding capsicum. While onion capsicum is cooking, I'm going to make a sauce. So I'm adding soy sauce, ketchup, some chili sauce, and some balsamic vinegar. You can use regular vinegar as well. I've not added salt at all. So I did add salt when I was frying cauliflower, but I haven't added salt in like the onion capsicum mix. So let's give it a good mix. I think a little bit more sweetness would do. So I'm going to use everything that I've got. So giving it a good mix. Now I'm going to add cauliflower and then I'll add the sauce. So let's add the cauliflower. I'll need my husband to mix this now. Karthik has mixed this nicely. We're just going to add sauce and give it another mix. So I'm just going to garnish it with spring onion as a final touch. Spring onion and some sesame seeds. It's 12 o'clock now and we have everything ready. Vegetable biryani is just out of Instapot. You can see it's piping hot. I've just transferred to this hot pack. We also have Gobi Manchurian and then onion and tomato raita, curd rice, and the date that I was talking about. Chocolate coated, dark chocolate coated dates stuffed with some nuts. We'll also be serving some fruits. Saapalama?